Welcome back to From This to That. Today we're starting from this stack of paint sticks and going to that sign. So, started with a pack of paint sticks, and here is my little dorky way of telling you don't use the backs with the numbers, paint the fronts. See my little thumbs up? That's what that means. So, I lost the footage where I painted the actual fronts, but to do the sides, I just stacked them up and did them just like this. And the paint that I'm using there is Waverly's Truffle that I watered down to make like a faux stain. And then I laid them out and did the fronts. So now that that's done and all dry, here is the supplies you'll need next. And what I'm going to do is make them together into a sign. So I take the paint sticks and lay them out, and we're going to glue the craft sticks to the back. And I am taking the indentions that are in the paint sticks and going every other way. So, start to the left, go to the right. Left, right, all the way down, so that the little holes create like like a neat little look, to your finished product. And if you don't like those, that's totally okay. You could just cut them off, whatever you prefer. So I took the tacky glue and the hot glue and did like a combination of both on each craft stick and just kind of glued them all around the back until it held the sign together, and I was happy. So I wanted to learn how to dry brush, and I wanted a heavy dry brushing. So one thing I will say really fast is be careful when you're gluing not to glue over the holes, because it kind of pushes glue out and it doesn't look right. So just, kind of avoid the holes that you created with going every other way. So to dry brush, all you do is take a chippy brush and dip it in some paint, dab some off, and then, just go back and forth until you're happy with the amount of paint that's on there. And so I did this with 2 signs because my original idea was to make 2 signs, but that mason jar wooden plaque that I picked up at Dollar General, it wouldn't fit on just 10. So I wound up gluing them together to make a 20 long paint stick sign, if that makes any sense. And I took the sticker off the back because originally I was going to use the back, but the front has like that metal rim on the top, and I really like that. So I just used that side and painted it white. And then I have this flower that I got from Dollar Tree, that has like a welcome sign attached, and I took that off. But I kept it because in a minute I'm going to use it as a stencil. And I cannot find that color of Waverly chalk paint in my stash. I don't know what color that was, but it was like a green color, and I mixed it with Apple Barrel's burnt umber and kind of painted my flower with that. And that's the combination that I used for that. And I love the way that burnt umber kind of shows up. It made it look like really pretty. So to glue my flower down, I used just hot glue. Don't do that because mine fell off about a week later. You might want to try super glue, or if you are going to go with hot glue, maybe because there's just so little surface area, maybe use a stronger hot glue than just what Dollar Tree has to offer. Maybe like a Gorilla Glue, Super Glue, E6000, something like that. Because, like I said, mine fell off. But for the sign, the mason jar, I just did the same, tacky glue, hot glue, tacky glue, hot glue, and put it on. The hot glue holds it for now, so you can keep going in your project, not have to wait on the tacky glue to dry, if I can talk. And then the hot glue holds it for now, tacky glue long term. So, okay, that flower stem off to the left is what I was going to use originally to kind of connect the mason jar to the flower, but I couldn't make it look right, and I couldn't figure out how to glue it without glue kind of seeping out from underneath it, and so I painted it on my stem, and I just used that burnt umber paint from Apple Barrel, but I used sort of a thicker brush, and I am honestly not very happy with the result. I still feel like it needs something in the end, But really, this is just about me learning to DIY, teaching myself new techniques, and just figuring out what I like, what I don't like, what works and what doesn't work. This is just a channel all about me learning. So that's what I learned. Don't use a really thick brush. I didn't like it. So that same color combination that I used on the flower is what I used for the welcome sign. I just held it down and used it as a stencil. And then the leftover paint that was on my paintbrush, I used as like a dry brush technique and just took what was left and just kept going over that mason jar until it created the dimension I was happy with. And honestly, that's my favorite part. It's so pretty. It really is. But I'm sitting here and I'm staring at it and I'm like, God, it's cute, but it needs something. It's just something missing. And to be honest, even in my final sign, I still feel like something's missing. If anybody's got a suggestion, I am all ears because I've got nothing. Now at this point I was trying to be pretty cheap and I didn't want to use up all my twine because I had very little, and we're all supposed to be indoors right now, not going to the store unless we have to. So I cut mine and just glued the top, bottom, instead of wrapping and wrapping and wrapping. But it did create some dimension on each side of the little flower, and I like that. And I made a little twine bow and put it at the bottom. Maybe I should have put it up towards the middle. Maybe that would have created a better look. I don't know. And I also kind of wish that maybe I had made this about 2 paint sticks shorter and put that welcome at the top. I think that would have maybe looked better. But, you live and learn. I still think it's cute. I still like it. It was great. So here's a bonus DIY that I did for my daughter. And I picked up all 3 of these items at Kroger on clearance for 19 cents a piece because they were part of Easter. And they're just little metal rounded trays that had like Easter prints on them. So I painted them black. And then I took some Dollar Tree beads and painted them white. And put them underneath the rim of both platters. And my original idea was to leave the vase black as well and put the white beads on it. But when we got it all together, it wasn't quite enough. It just didn't look right. And even my daughter was like, Mom, I like it, but it just isn't popping to me. So I took the white Waverly paint and went around the top rim and the bottom rim of both trays. I mean, the top rim of both the top and bottom tray, I'm trying to say. And then I painted the vase back white with apple barrel snow white paint so that it would be kind of not a chalky finish, but more of a bright white finish. And I took these beads that I got from Ollie's Bargain Mart. Do you guys have an Ollie's Bargain Mart? I love that store. Literally am addicted to that store. Can't get enough. Everything is so cheap there. Those beads I think I got for 59 cents. Plus it was like some kind of sale going on. So I think they actually wound up being like 20 something cents. They have little jars of like polyacrylic and stain and stuff like that. Like the smaller ones for like 99 cents. It's an amazing store. If you have one near you, you should check it out. Because those kind of supplies you can get really cheap there. Now, I left this part of the video kind of long. Even though, I'm sure you know how to glue beads. I just wanted to talk to you guys about what I have upcoming. I have a porch decor DIY that you are going to love. I have scoured Pinterest. I have scoured YouTube. I don't think anybody has come up with this idea that I have. I haven't seen anything like it, and I think you'll really enjoy it if you'll just stick around, subscribe, hit the bell so that you'll know when my next video is coming out. I should have it up in the next couple of days. I'm having a hard time with a schedule, but I do plan on uploading at least 2 videos a week. So this is my final product, and I enjoyed it and had a good time, learned a lot. And I hope that you'll stick around and learn with me. Telling you, you're going to love it. Stick around.